Excuse me. All right, so how do you know if you have made it, right? Everybody says, or everybody can see somebody who has made it, but even from that individual's perspective, there's still another day, Lord willing, God willing, divine willing, right? Universal willing, however you want to say it. We still got to go the next day. And what we did yesterday doesn't really matter because, again, we still got to keep going, right? So how do you know if you've made it if, for one, you're not where you want to be? You don't feel like you want to, right? It's all in a feeling. It's all in your mindset, in the trajectory of where your life's going. That's when you kind of know, okay, I've made it, although I'm still going, right? So you look at the NBA players, the professionals, right? It looks from our perspective that they've made it, right? Their lives looks like it's all figured out. They have all the nice things, right? But if you compare it to your own life, what's really the only difference? The only difference is that their life is a bit more upgraded than yours, right? They have the nicer home. They have the nicer car, right? They may have a family. And even that is subjective because, right? But how do you know if you have made it, right? I can even say that a person in jail has made it, right? I think the main determining factor if you've made it is if you can stay in one spot and be at peace with it and like lose track of time. If you can be in that one spot in Zen, right? Be in that Zen mode, just at peace with life, appreciative of, you know, the things passing by, the things coming in. That's when I think you've made it, right? Now, obviously, there's factors when you're in the city, in society, right? So how does this play in part of our life and how we can be in that I made it stage, right? Well, obviously, expenses keep coming, right? We got to have food. We got to have shelter. We got to provide, right? So what does that mean? You need some kind of occupation, right? That is covering that, right? This occupation, whether it be self-employed or you're in a company or whatever, right? Ideal is to be self-employed, to be get in that independent stage. So like that, you can set appointments when you want. You're building your own brand over time. But the main thing is to cover your expenses, to cover the things coming in so you don't really have to worry about it. Something that's not using so much of your time either. You don't want to be occupying your whole day just to cover your expenses and you literally have nothing else to do. No, like you should be able to take a day off here, take a day off there when you want. Have time to go to Starbucks and work on whatever it is you want to work on or whatever it is that you want to do, right? Go to the park and meditate or however you want to do, chill. And if that rhythm, that mechanical system is working, you're in the right path, right? You're already in a state that you kind of don't need anything, right? Because your expenses are paid, everything is good. You're taking care of yourself, hopefully, right? And you're taking care of yourself because you have that peace of mind. You're in that I made it stage. I'm at peace. I'm cool, right? The expenses are coming. Then what? You may be alone. These are the times where it's like, okay, you really figure out who you are, and if you can be alone and independent, you're really like in that I made it stage, Obviously, there's a direction that we need to head, right? Because though I've made it, I know that I'm not where I'm supposed to be. I'm not at my max potential. You know, we all know when our max potential, whether it passes by, we know that there's a gauge to go by, right? There's a meter. Okay, I can be at that point because of my past, right? This is like stocks. How do we determine where the stock is going to go? You know, even with people's performance, how do we determine how the individual is going to do? You look at their past. You look at where they're at currently, and you project it. But the main thing is learn to be at peace, learn to occupy what you need, right? Learn to be efficient, and let the rest kind of just flow, and the rest will just come, hopefully. And if it doesn't, you're good. You made it.